First, let me commend you for putting your best foot forward in different parts of the world. You have kept our Kenyan flag flying very high. And I will tell you that because I meet many people across the world, I meet professionals, I meet people who run companies, I meet people who run organizations, and the consistent report that I get about the people of Kenya is that they are the best workforce anywhere in the world. And that makes me really proud, you know. And it's not, these are not people who are Kenyans. These are different people from different parts of the world, running different organizations and companies. And we have a very good report about those of you who are working in the diaspora. Hardworking, consistent, reliable, little supervision, you know, that you cannot find that kind of human capital anywhere. So continue to give our country that good profile, and you can count on our support. Secondly, we have also done our bit because we know there are opportunities everywhere. And we are, as an administration, we are looking at the job landscape broadly. What we can do here at home, what we can do online, what we can do with opportunities in the overseas job market, and we have crafted interventions and programs in all the areas. We have a plan on how to enhance jobs locally. We have a whole, program on infrastructure development, housing development, working on all the other infrastructure requirements that we need, and creating opportunities for employment out of all those. I listened to Mercy, and she gave a very good account of what we have done on the space around creating jobs. You've just come from, according to your report, you are in Talanta City. Talanta, by the way, is not a stadium. It's more than a stadium. In that Talanta, there will be a hotel there, there will be an ICT hub there, there will be restaurants, there will be meeting rooms, it's a whole commercial complex. So it's way beyond a stadium. And we are not just doing Talanta, we are doing 28 other stadia in Kenya, which are ongoing. And they are not just running tracks and football fields. They are a whole commercial ecosystem. I have given very clear instructions that a stadium is not a place where it comes alive only when there is a game. A stadium is a place of commercial activity. We're going to have commercial spaces. We're going to have restaurants. We're going to have saloons. We're going to have, in the whole of that ecosystem, hotel facilities and many other things. You may want to visit Bomas of Kenya. You will find some phenomenal work going there. In Bomas of Kenya alone, today, we have close to 3,500 people working in one site. And I want to ask you, Mr. Chairman, and your team to visit and see it for yourself. You know, if you read the social media, you will be told nothing is happening in Kenya. Yeah? I want you to go and see it for yourself. And you will find that they are real people. Not ghosts, not robots. You will find they are real people. And we want to transform our nation into a conference, meetings, space. We're working with the UN to build another conference facility at the UN, and we are building Bomas of Kenya so that they can anchor our meetings, international conferences, development. We're replacing, not replacing, we are expanding the facility at KICC. We will rethink how to redevelop KICC so that we can have the two facilities, including the one at the UN, complementing one another. Because many people want to travel to Kenya, many meetings. We have requests from across the globe on meetings in Kenya. We do not have proper spaces for this. So we are building at the Bomas of Kenya one of the largest conference facilities in sub-Saharan Africa. And we are expanding that space because we want not just to create economic activity, but to provide opportunities for us to develop our economy, develop opportunities for enterprise. Kenya is slowly becoming a construction site. The whole place. Go to anywhere. Go to Nyahururu, go to Nanyuki, go to Mandera, go to Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret. You will find huge infrastructure development. We're building roads, we're building houses, we're building markets, we're building hostels, because that is how you drive the economy of our country. And you know what? Most of this, we are using our own resources. We are driving that whole ecosystem. In fact, if you look at the contracts we have signed in that space, if you add the ones for roads, which we are building again using our own resources, you add the resources we are building, all the other spaces, it's almost in the region of 750 billion Kenyan shillings. Money that we have raised here at home. We have not borrowed from anybody. That's the significance of this. So that space is going on. We are slowly but surely transforming our economy. The biggest challenge that I had when I came to this office was our economy was doing real bad. Inflation, exchange rates, interest rates, and many of those things, they were not sitting pretty. We had a real threat of default. Our forex were depleted. Now I can confidently tell you that were it not for the shocks that came as a result of the Iran situation, we were really moving in the right direction. We've gotten a small setback. We will try and recalibrate and manage it. Inflation has come all the way down to 2.8, as Mercy said. Now it's risen again to approaching 6 because of the events of the last 2 months. But now that there seems to be some consultations and engagements and dialogue and hopefully agreement, we will want to reverse that. But we are also looking beyond how do we manage these shocks going into the future. We cannot be sitting, and yet we know that there are many factors that we are not in control of. And that is why I thought about it last year, and I started to mobilize our region so that we can use our own resources. We have some resources in this region. We have some oil in Uganda. We have some little oil in Turkana. And we have agreed as regional leaders that to stop this constant disruption that comes as a result of fuel, we are going to build our own refinery in this region. And we are going to start building that refinery this year. Yes. So that in the next 2 to 3 years, we will have, whether there is a problem in Hormuz, or wherever that place is called, or there is a problem in another place, it doesn't automatically become a crisis for us, you know? So we are driving that program. We have managed to get the private sector on board. The 3 East African countries, we've brought Ethiopia on board. We are currently discussing with South Sudan to come on board. Rwanda have agreed to come on board, and we are going to bring Burundi and the whole Eastern Central Africa region on board so that we can take charge of our requirements. Secondly, we are now accelerating our electric mobility plan. I have said that we are opening the window for the first 100,000 vehicles that will be brought into Kenya. They will be duty-free, EV vehicles. I am in discussion with our transport industry. They met me in Mombasa. They have asked me to support them so that we can accelerate the availability of electric buses for our passenger requirements. And we are going to give them the first priority as we look at the space of importation of vehicles duty-free for us to support our transport sector so that our transport sector is not impacted all the time whenever we have a crisis that we have no control over. So we are not only managing the situation of fuel now, but we are also having a long-term view of how we can manage it going into the future. And I want to tell you confidently that this crisis is here with us, but we want to make this crisis the last one that we are going to have in this manner. We need to think about how to avoid such going into the future. We have also sorted out the big problem we had with NHIF. I was very keen in following NHIF because I knew there was, an opportunity for us. Today, we have streamlined that whole sector. We had to change the law completely. We replaced the NHIF law with 5 pieces of legislation. Today, we have anchored the whole health sector properly in law. We have digitized the space to eliminate, crooks. We're still fighting. There is still, the biggest problem that I face in that space is fraud. There are people who wake up in the morning to try and game the system. They go back, they wake up the next morning, they are looking at where to game the system. So that's the biggest challenge we have, but we have cornered them. The space for gaming is shrinking. And I want to promise you that we will drive them out of town. Watatafuta kazi ingine ya kufanya. Possibly wataenda kuchoma makaa or something. But hapa hawawezi hapa, you know. So from about 8 million people registered on that space, we are now at 31 million. Every evening, when I look at the data, between 20 and 30,000 Kenyans register every day. How many? 20 and 30,000 register every day. I am very confident that in the next 6 months, maximum 1 year, every Kenyan will have will be registered. And I want to promise you one thing. We will have, in Kenya, we will have the best healthcare delivery in the world. Listen to what I'm saying. We will have the best healthcare facility in the world, better than the US, better than everywhere else. And I'm serious about it. Wale watu watakuja kusoma kutoka kwetu. Yes. Watakuja kusoma kwetu, kutoka kwetu. Hii healthy, we are working on it. Those are the people tutakuja kuwaonyesha vile mambo inapangwa. Mnanielewa? That's our plan. Because we are dead set on making sure that it works. As you are aware, to be able to, give ourselves the opportunity to drive this major development in Kenya, we have set up a national infrastructure fund. And that national infrastructure fund is going to invest in commercially viable infrastructure facilities. What we are doing in Rironi to Mau Summit is going to be the job of the National Infrastructure Fund. We're going to invest as government, a small percentage, 10, 15, 20%. We're going to mobilize the rest of the resources from the private sector. Once we invest as government, we de-risk the project. People know their money is safe. So other people will be willing to put in their money. You people travel in Europe and all other places, you know how roads are built. They are built by toll, right? Yeah? So that's what it is. So some of the commercially viable roads, we are going to have tolling on them. The other ones that goes to farmers, we will build them using some of the money we collect from the toll and some of the money we collect from other areas, and we are going to build that ecosystem. 3 things, as I conclude, that we must focus on as Kenya going forward. We need to generate more energy. We do not have enough power in Kenya. Ukisikia Oburu anasema hatuwezi kukaa bila power, he is not talking about it is actually energy that we need. Our energy generation is very kidogo. We have only 3,000 megawatts. We need minimum 10,000 in the next 7 years. Otherwise, we cannot drive the industries that we want. We cannot drive technology that we are bringing on board. Uses a lot of energy. AI uses a lot of power, and all the other technologies that we are onboarding. So we need about $10–15 billion to be able to generate that kind of energy. And we will find it. Relax. Number 2, we need to completely eliminate any opportunity for a Kenyan to sleep hungry. Yes, we are still a very food deficient country. There are too many people in all parts of Kenya, many, especially rural areas, who still don't have enough food. We have many people in our informal settlements who do not have enough food. And we need to deal with that. We have also opportunity for us to export globally. But we do not have enough land on rain-fed agriculture. So we have to develop infrastructure for irrigation. So dams for water storage, we're going to do water harvesting, and we have a lot of arable land that is fertile, that the only thing missing is water. So we have set out to do a very big program on building of dams, water harvesting, and irrigation. Again, we need some resources there, almost 1.5 to 2 trillion Kenya shillings to be able to do that. And then thirdly, we need to build our transport logistics infrastructure. You go to any part of Kenya, you still find roads that are impassable. You still find highways that are congested. We were at the prayer breakfast yesterday in Safari Park. As I went to Safari Park, you could clearly see that the road from Nairobi to Safari Park on the side coming to Nairobi was full, you know? So we need to do an expressway on top of Thika Road. And I am going to start it in October this year. Mnanisikia? Yes. I'm a very serious guy. Mnacheza. Yes. Hii nchi hii tutaisumbua mpaka ikue straight. Yes, we must do it. We must keep doing what we must do to change this country. Sijui kama tunaelewana. So we still have so many highways. If you go on the road to Mau Summit, you know, that road to Mau Summit, people are talking about it in Malaba. People are talking about it in Kisumu. Because those people in Kisumu, whenever they come to Nairobi, they come and sleep somewhere here on the road. Unanielewa? So we still need to extend that road from Mau Summit to Malaba, another one to Kericho, Kisii, Kisumu. We need to do the road to Meru. If you go to Meru, you will find huge jam along the way. There is still quite a bit of, in my estimation, about 2,500, 2,800 kilometers of dualing of different roads for us to have the highways that you see in Europe and America that makes them a working economy. We need to build a new airport. Just for good news, the airport I'm starting in the next 1 month, God willing. Sasa nyinyi tuambiane ukweli. Ile airport yetu pale. Ukishuka pale kwa airport. Si unapata aibu? Eh? And you know, there are characters in Kenya who are saying, no, you know, we should not do anything about. Nashangaa watu kweli. How that place is not defensible. You can't defend that place. Ama namna gani? How can we have at the international arrivals in a canvas on the tarmac? And it has been like that for 10 years. And it's supposed to be okay. How is it supposed to be okay? I mean, if you really want to get an opinion of somebody on an airport, get a user, somebody who has used the airport, so that they give you the real experience of what they have seen at the airport. Ama namna gani? Yes. Then you can get an objective assessment of what the real opinion is. Anyway, we will build the airport. But we still need a lot of transport logistics around Kenya. Roads, we need to extend the railway, we need to extend some of our transport logistics, we need to sort out Nairobi, we need a light rail around the city of Nairobi. We cannot be moving people from Ruiru, Embakasi. You know, we need to provide a rail so that we move many people, and then from there they can now get into matatus and go to the estates. Namna hiyo. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Na hiyo plan yote nimechora vizuri, and we are going to implement it. And we are not starting next year, we are starting this year. This is our country, and we must account for it. And we get the leaders we elect. And therefore, you must elect the person who has a credible track record and a vision you can associate with. The challenge we have in any nation, the challenge we have in our continent, the challenge we have in Kenya is not money, is not all the other things, it is leadership. If you get the leadership right, everything else will go right. If you get leadership wrong, my friends, tutazunguka, tutakwama. You know, all of you know Kibera, sindio? You know, in the past, and I don't know how that logic worked, people used to come here, including some visitors, and they are taken to Kibera to be shown the largest slum in the whole place, to be shown squalor and poverty. You know, what kind of logic is that? Today, those who visit Kenya, we take them to Mukuru, which was a slum. Today, it is an estate. That same Kibera, I want, Rosalind, if you find time, take these people to Kibera. We're just finishing about 5,000 units. But we now have citizens, the people of Kibera, on their own. They have left another 20 acres for us to build. Hatukwenda huko na bulldozer. We never went there. They broke their houses and left and said, so long as you assure us that when the houses are built, we will be the first beneficiaries, we are going to leave. You know, ordinarily, Kibera would have been the most difficult thing for any administration to do, to move people from a slum. But if you go to Kibera today, you will find a clean 20 acres where we are building another 15,000 units. Watu wa Kibera wenyewe, kila mtu alichomoa msumari kwa nyumba yake, akaweka mabati pamoja, akajiendea. Tumemwandika kwa list yetu, tunamwambia tupatie 1.5 years, you will come back here, not as a tenant in a slum, but as an owner in an estate. Do you know what transformation looks like? That's how it looks like. Ni mnanielewa ndugu zangu? So, I am very, very optimistic about the future of Kenya. I have a lot of confidence about this great nation. We have the best country in the world. We just need to do what we have to do. Ni mnanielewa? We just need to do what we have to do. After the elections, I was saying yesterday, after the elections, many people thought, huyu mtu amejikaranga sana. No? He has promised everything, all these things. How are these things going to happen? Because no administration has implemented the manifesto the way I've done. Go look at our manifesto, page by page, chapter by chapter. We may not be 100%, but certainly we are at 70%. And we are moving. Ni mnanielewa? So, many people, if I was talking to you without the benefit of what you can see, you would think it is the usual political talk. But Talanta is a reality. Bomas is a reality. Mukuru housing is a reality. The markets are a reality. The hostels are a reality. Ni mnanielewa? UHC, there are real people in real hospitals who are being paid for. Our funding model is about real students. Teachers, there are real people hired, 100,000 of them. So it's not talk, as Mercy said. This is not government by slogan. This is government by delivery. Asanteni sana.
Today, as a diaspora-based, broad-based coalition, we stand firm in our belief that the continuity of leadership is essential for the completion and consolidation of the transformative programs that you have laid foundation. From the diaspora, represented here today, Your Excellency, we wholeheartedly and unequivocally endorse Your Excellency for a second term as President of the Republic of Kenya. Diaspora, two-term. Your Excellency, we believe that the work you have started deserves time to mature, expand, and fully benefit all Kenyans. We believe that your vision for a united, economically empowered, and globally competitive Kenya remains the right path for our nation. To our fellow Kenyans, both at home and abroad, this is a moment to rise above division, negativity, and politics of ethnicity. Let us support leadership that is focused on development, inclusion, economic empowerment, and national unity. Kenya belongs to all of us, and together we can build a stronger and more united nation for generations to come. Your Excellency, thank you for your leadership, your dedication, and your service to the nation. If I'll go off remark, Your Excellency, remember when you won elections, the last elections, you came to London. When you came to London, Your Excellency, after your win, to attend the Queen's funeral, during a breakfast time, Your Excellency, I asked you that after winning these elections, Your Excellency, you deserve a week's holiday. And you told me across the table, sorry, Sam, I don't have the luxury to go on any holiday. I have asked for this job, and I'm going to do it. And true to your word, Your Excellency, every day, day in, day out, 24/7, years in and years out, now 3.5 years, Your Excellency, you continue to traverse the country tirelessly to inspire Kenyans and oversee the national transformation. And for this reason, and also for the first time in Kenya's history, Kenyan leaders in the diaspora are felt compelled to take a leading role in supporting a presidential candidate in Kenyan elections for the first time. And that candidate, Your Excellency, is yourself. So as I finish, may I say two-term. May God bless you. May God bless the people of Kenya. Asanteni sana. We also recognize and appreciate the increased engagement between your government and diaspora community. Your administration has elevated diaspora affairs into a key pillar of national government. We appreciate and applaud the work of the SDDA, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs, in delivering better service to Kenyans in diaspora. Through policy reforms and inclusion, Kenyans abroad are now more empowered to invest, participate, and contribute to the nation-building process. Your appointment recently, Your Excellency, of ambassadors who hail from our diaspora membership is also true testament of your appreciation of the role that our diaspora human resource can add value in transforming Kenya and changing the face of Kenya abroad. We have also had, Your Excellency, we've had support from the UDA party, particularly the Secretary General, who has dispatched directors of the party to visit diaspora communities abroad in Europe and in the USA. And it is for this reason, Your Excellency, our people feel close to government, and they have decided that they will not sit behind again and come here today and give direction in the way in which they feel the country should move. We only make one special request, Your Excellency, that we get, or you appoint a special diaspora ambassador who can be solely responsible for diaspora affairs. Your Excellency, the diaspora remittances continue to play a critical role in Kenya's economy, and we are encouraged by your government's commitment to creating conducive environment for investment, transparency, and economic growth. Your Excellency, no leadership journey is without criticism or obstacles. However, true leadership is measured by courage, consistency, and ability to remain focused on the greater good. Your administration, Your Excellency, has shown determination in implementing difficult but necessary reforms aimed at stabilizing and growing the economy for future generations. Your Excellency, the diaspora commends your administration's bold commitment to the affordable housing program, which has not only addressed the housing deficit in the country, but also created employment opportunities for thousands of Kenyans. We do bear witness, Your Excellency, of the affordable housing transformation agenda following our visits to sites across the city, one of which was late last night by about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We also bear witness to the magnificent Talanta Stadium, which we visited also late at night yesterday, and we witnessed a stadium that stands out as a testament of your unwavering commitment to transform Kenya into higher levels of development. Indeed, Kenya, in our view, is on the way to Singapore. And it is for this reason, Your Excellency, that we do not hesitate as diaspora leaders who have paid their tickets from across the globe to come here today and say that we endorse your two-term. Your Excellency, your focus on agriculture, food security has revived hope among farmers through fertilizer subsidy programs, improved access to markets, and renewed support for agricultural production. These efforts are laying the foundation for a self-sufficient Kenya capable of feeding its people and strengthening its economy. Your Excellency, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda has given ordinary citizens a renewed sense of participation in national development. For the first time in many years, Your Excellency, small-scale farmers and traders, border operators, mama mbogas, artisans, and hustlers feel that they are seen and heard and represented in government. We particularly applaud your administration for prioritizing the youth through digital innovation, ICT expansion, and the growth of digital economy. Today, many young Kenyans are accessing online jobs, global markets, and entrepreneurial opportunities because of deliberate government policies that embrace technology and innovation. Today, we come together from the diaspora, united by one purpose, to affirm our confidence, Your Excellency, in your leadership as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And Your Excellency, we come here today to officially, with one purpose, to officially endorse your candidature for a second term in Kenya's general elections. Your Excellency, may I say that leadership is tested not during moments of comfort, but during seasons of challenge. Over the past years, your administration has demonstrated resilience, vision, and unwavering commitment to the people of Kenya. Despite global economic shocks, rising inflation, post-pandemic recovery challenges, and international uncertainty, wars in Europe and the Middle East, your government has remained focused in delivering meaningful change to ordinary Kenyans. As the diaspora community, we have watched closely and proudly the steady progress being made under your national transformation agenda. We have witnessed significant investment in infrastructure development that continue to connect regions, stimulate growth, trade, create opportunities for millions of Kenyans. And Your Excellency, we've also witnessed roads, affordable housing projects, modern markets, and expanded electricity connectivity that are changing lives and restoring dignity to communities across the country. Your Excellency, kwa niaba ya Wakenya hawa wote wanaotoka ughaibuni, yani diaspora, tumekuja, Your Excellency, tukisema ya kwamba hatutabaki nyuma tena katika maendeleo yanayoendelea katika nchi ya Kenya. Na ndio sababu hiyo, Mheshimiwa Rais, tumekuja hapa kukuidhinisha kwamba uchaguliwe tena katika kipindi cha pili, umalize kazi uliyoanzisha. Thank you and God bless you.
When difficult decision came and leadership is defined by difficult decision, you did not flinch. When the time came to reclaim the riparian land and restore order to the environment, you acted, Your Excellency. You understood the human cost and it weighed on you. But you also understood that the future of this nation cannot be sacrificed for short-term ease. That is the mark of statement, and that is still within the warmth we saw and the respect for you deepened. We have also seen your hands in the tangible transformation of landscape. Over 130, 988 affordable houses now stand where there was once only a dream. Nearly 180,000 Kenyans are not homeless. Kenyans are employed in the construction and in the Juakali sector because of your vision. You mapped out 6,000 kilometers of roads and established natural infrastructure, FAD designed and mobilized 5 trillion shillings. You built modern markets like Shuka in the Rakanidi, giving dignity to our mothers and sisters who trade to sustain their families. This is not government to slogan. It is government by brick, by tarmac, and by deed. And that is because of your initiative, Your Excellency. And you have invested in our people with our tenderness. That speaks to your own story. You know what it means to rise from a humble beginning, and you have ensured that the land you climbed is now extended to millions. Thank you, Your Excellency. Under your leadership, the education budget crossed 700 billion shillings. 76,000 new teachers who walked into classrooms. Enrollment in technical and vocational training soared by 43% because of your vision, Your Excellency. You launched the Social Health Authority, and in short time, 19.7 million Kenyans, mothers, fathers, and children, were brought under a roof of medical protection because of you, Your Excellency. Our farmers have harvested 67 million bags of maize, with 1 million bag harvest now inside. Sugar production nearly doubled. You have fed the nation, healed the nation. You have done so quietly, without fanfare, and with the steady theme of a leader who understands that government is accumulation of millions more acts of care. You have showed us care, Your Excellency. Thank you. Because of your leadership, Your Excellency, our remittances have grown to 4.595 billion, the single largest source of foreign exchange of the Republic. Every shilling we bring, every shilling we send home now travels through a system that has been stabilized and strengthened under your watch. We contribute to this economy, not as an obligation, but out of confidence that you have created in us. And it is the value that we have, Your Excellency, that has made our children in Kenya, and it is working for us when we are abroad. Your Excellency, that confidence is rooted in what we have witnessed. We watched as inflation, that cruel enemy of every household, was brought down by you from 9.6% to 2.8%. We watched the Kenya shillings strengthened from 165 to the dollar to a robust 129. We noted pride that Kenya economy grew at 5.6%, outpacing global projections, and that foreign exchange reserves swelled by 9.5 under your watch. These numbers, Your Excellency, are not abstract. They are the reason of our families back home can afford a meal, pay our school fees, and plan for tomorrow. You have given this country the most precious gift a leader can ever give, and that is stability that can be felt at the kitchen table. Thank you, Your Excellency. Today, we, the Kenya diaspora, we have traveled across the oceans, and not merely to visit home, but to stand before the head of state and deliver a message that has been written in our remittances and investment, our growing determination to be part of Kenya history. That message is simple, personal, and deeply felt. We see what you have done, Your Excellency. We have felt its impact, and we are here to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for working tirelessly. Thank you for your commitment. We appreciate. Your Excellency, we are not here by accident. This moment, this gathering of Kenyans from every corner of the world, in itself is one of your many achievements. You looked at the diaspora and saw not distant strangers, but a vital organ of the nation. You did not just speak about us, you built a home for us within the architecture of government, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs. The State Department of our Affairs that is led by our own diaspora leader, who is not only our sister, but she's also a senior government officer. Thank you for considering the diaspora. The National Diaspora Policy, the Kenya Diaspora Investment Strategy, the Kazi Majuu Program, these are not just bureaucratic documents. These are not, they are the pillars of the bridge. You constructed a bridge that has allowed us to walk back in the heart of national life with dignity and purpose. And because of your vision, Your Excellency, over 430,000 Kenyans have found safe legal pathways to work abroad. Because of your reforms, a passport now arrives within a week, removing frustrations that for years made us feel like strangers to our own country.
Thank you, sir, for putting the diaspora in your heart and in your agenda, and always ensuring you have time for these fantastic people. You gave me a job, sir, in December of 2022, to serve this community, to bring together this community, and to structure the government of Kenya's response and engagement with the diaspora. That is what we have attempted to do, Your Excellency, for the last 3.5 years, with significant success, as I might say, and as you have heard from them. So, Your Excellency, sir, when this team said that they were coming here and they wanted to meet with you, they're coming on a development tour. They have been to Talanta Stadium. They have seen some affordable housing. They are doing other activities. They are going to be planting trees. They're visiting some counties. I was very excited. It is easy, Your Excellency, to lead this team. It is easy to serve these people. They do not ask for much, and they very, very, very much support our work.